Hello and welcome to Baseplate Reviews. So unfortunately my city's still looking a bit of a mess, still some gaps just there. I've also got Andrea's modern mansion sat down here without base plates, and that's all because the temperatures have dropped again. So some of the stuff which I normally keep up in that window ledge I've had to move out. So I normally have the A-frame cabin plus Andrea's modern mansion, the Friends set up there. Not on base plates, not on Mills plates like the rest of the city. The reason I have to move the stuff is just temperatures have dropped. It's about minus 25 degrees centigrade, so that's about minus 13 in Fahrenheit. So pretty chilly, and I just need to keep the airflow going, make sure it doesn't freeze up there. What you might notice is that I've got the Tudor corner modular built and in the city, not in a permanent position. I did actually film some stuff for a review of that, but I don't think I've really got much to add to other people's reviews. It's an excellent set. Looks great, as I think we can see here. Great from both sides, and just a really fun set. I would say that by the end of it you feel like the clockmaker minifig yourself after building all of the clocks inside the second level. I think it's about 12 or 13 clocks you make altogether. It did feel a bit of an inside joke from the designer, but all good fun. But bearing in mind that I have to keep on moving stuff out of that ledge, I actually think it would be best if I built something on Mills plates so it can be easily shifted and also displayed elsewhere. And with that in mind, bearing in mind that I've got the A-frame cabin there already, and I built some Lego City vehicles earlier this year which would fit in with the theme, I think it might be time to actually build some type of campground. So you can see I've got the A-frame cabin just there, and then I've also got the campers, the off-road vehicles just here, and also I've got some older sets to build. So I've got a pickup and caravan just there, and the Creator 3-in-1 outback cabin just there. That would need some modification, but an interesting set to build and then do something with. I have measured the space that I've got in that window ledge, and it's basically 4.5 base plates. I've got 3.5 blue ones here, which should allow me, if I do Mills plating, to build something which has a river running through, maybe a pond as well. So with that in mind, I think it's probably time to crack on and see what we can do fairly quickly. So the first thing I need to do with this is actually just work out how much space I'm going to need for the A-frame cabin. That's by far and away the biggest thing that will sit on these plates. And the A-frame cabin comes with these little side bits which are just attached with some axle pins. So I've got the other one just here, and I think that pretty easy. I'll just take them away. We can always rebuild this up. The only bit which I think is crucial to be right beside the cabin is this piece, because it's actually got the log storage, but not a problem. The other bit that's attached to the cabin is just this little bit at the front, and again I think I will definitely still want some steps leading up, but they can be taken off of these rounded plates and just built onto some regular plates when it's on there. So just for the time being, I think I'm just going to take that off. Again, it clips on, there's some clips just there. And then we get the kind of true size of the cabin. Even though there's a few bits which stick out of the back, I don't think they're a problem. And if I put that so it's sitting right at the back of a plate, it looks like we've got a bit of space to work with out the front here. So even if I attach the steps, we can say that we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, six plates, 6 studs of space there for a river. I think I could even maybe move the A-frame cabin back a bit, but at least 6 that we've got. So I'm going to start off by building that along basically all of these plates, and of course the crucial bit for that is actually having these 2x2 trans blue tiles, which will form most of it. And I've also got an absolute ton of trans blue slope pieces as well, so we can create a bit of texture as we go along. So I'm going to build the river first, and then we can build the bank leading up to the side where the A-frame cabin and the other stuff's going to sit. And we're back, and you can see I've got the A-frame cabin now placed on a plate, but with that plate we've got a stream running down just at the front here. I've also placed the canoe, which would normally be just up beside the cabin, just there. I've actually placed that on the water. And the A-frame cabin itself is just on one plate, but this side bit just here is on a half base plate, so should be able to see it just there. And I've actually pinned this base plate into place. It's a Mills plate with the A-frame cabin, so it will always stay together. And then built 2 extra plates just along here, so we have still got one more plate to build, but difficult to emphasize just how parts intensive this is. So I've used a lot of 4x4 green plates just here and on here, and for a full base plate on those 4x4s, that is 64 of them just for one base plate, let alone all the bricks underneath. And what I've also done is just create this kind of lowered area where I've just placed the campfire that comes with this year's camper van, and kind of a dirt area, so a bit safer than just having the fire up by all the trees and everything. As you can see, the only trees we've currently got here are 2 that came with the A-frame cabin. That birch tree in the background is actually part of the bookshop modular. But I have got some extra trees, so this yellow one came with the A-frame cabin, and this one is one which came with the Friends Community Centre. I've actually got all of the parts to build another one of those. It needs to be modified a little bit. I don't need that pink base there, but should be able to fit those all up onto these plates. With the river, I've put a load of trans blue tiles down straight onto the bottom of the base plate, so we've got nice blue coming through there, and built these kind of rock bits with the water breaking around them using some clear slope pieces. Again, got another canoe on the river. That one was one which came with this little off-road vehicle just in behind the camper van. And I do like to use the kind of lime green colour for all the slope pieces and stuff leading down to the river. I just think it gives it a bit of a pop, something a bit different. You can see it looks a lot better here with the A-frame cabin, a bit more complete. So this is just the start of this. I need to place trees around. There is enough space currently to put all of the vehicles, but not if I build the extra caravan, and also not with the trees. So we still have another full base plate that needs to be done, but I think I'll need to do some parts ordering. It looks like the standard parts ordering might be up and going again on lego.com. I got an email this morning, receipt for an order I placed back on 6th of December, actually 5th of December, and it is now the 11th of February. So pretty extraordinary, pretty extreme in terms of how badly that service failed. But that should mean I can get some parts ordered. I actually think a lot of parts I want are best sellers. And in terms of lego.com, the best way to order plates is actually the bigger the plate you get. So these 16x16 is actually a lot better value than ordering kind of 4x4s or 8x8s. Just that I was able to pick up a lot of 4x4s from the pick brick wall. I just don't want to travel up to the store today. It's a long way away and it's kind of very cold. So yeah, hopefully get some parts ordered. Bricks are the ones which are going to be pretty pricey if I order from lego.com, so might have to look at Bricklink. But yeah, next bit to do is actually to build some kind of path along the river. So I think I'll get on with that now, and then we'll start to see this all come together. I've added a bit more detailing in, and mainly that is an actual pathway just leading down to the A-frame cabin. Just goes all the way down here and around to where we've got the kind of step down into the fire pit. And also added in 3 trees. So this is the one that came with the A-frame cabin, the one with the yellow leaves. This is the one which was with the Friends Community Centre, so got the tyre swing just there. And I built this one using the same specifications basically as the Community Centre one, just with some different colours. Also just added a bit of detailing all around the place. So we've got the otter down there in the river and a few leaves, etc. about the place. And then finally we've got this little wildflower meadow just outside the A-frame cabin just there. I can actually fit pretty much all the vehicles on here, apart from the off-road vehicle just there. I can actually fit both RVs, both campers on this bit. I've just moved that to the side a bit so you could see the detail a bit more. But overall, like I say, very parts intensive, but I think that fairly quickly it's come together and I've got a passable diorama, and we've got a bit more that we can add to it. Definitely want to add another base plate, so whilst it's double points, I think I'll get another base plate ordered, and then should have a bit more space for the vehicles, a hard standing or something like that. Potentially a toilet block, a shower block for the campers, although I'm not certain about that. I'll have to wait and see, especially if I'm going to build the extra car in the caravan. Then any buildings etc. are going to take up quite a bit of space. But yeah, please do let me know in the comments down below what you think of this, what you think I can do to improve it. I think I probably need a couple more trees, and like I say, hopefully the parts ordering, the standard parts ordering is back open again, because there's certain parts which I want for the trees, if I do them to the same specifications as the A-frame cabin, that aren't on the best sellers list. But yeah, I think a bit more detailing around the place, another plate, and this should pretty much be complete. Like I say, hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please do leave a like, consider subscribing to see what we do to add to this and what we do in the city next. And with that, I'll leave you and say, as always, be good.